What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's jump right into the topic of this video. Let's talk about the Raiders' new starting quarterback, Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew went 10 of 21 throwing the football for 95 yards, 0 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the Week 2 matchup against the Cowboys. And today I wanted to jump into the film and analyze how Gardner Minshew and how this offense looked out there against the Cowboys with Minshew under center. So without further ado, let's jump right into the film. Here we got Gardner Minshew making a nice read, making the simple throw across the middle against zone coverage to our tight end, Michael Mayer. Good decision. I just don't love the footwork here that we saw from Minshew, but it didn't really affect his accuracy on this rep. Play action pass here, and we got Gardner Minshew dropping back, and here he's going to miss Trey Tucker on this post route down the field. The Cowboys run a cover 3 zone, and the safety in the middle of the field is going to plant his foot down to help bracket Jakobi Meyers underneath, and this leaves Trey Tucker wide open with a step on his man down the field on the post route, but Gardner Minshew misses the read on this one. He instead targets Jakobi Meyers, and he is able to throw a pretty accurate pass across the middle, but that was a very difficult catch for Jakobi Meyers to make. But this was definitely a big missed opportunity from Gardner Minshew right here. Here we got Jakobi Meyers getting in motion for this quick route out of the backfield. And this is a nice look for the Raiders offense. But here Minshew is going to throw this ball high and misses him on what should have been a layup type of play and pass. Gardner Minshew has to do better on these quick throws. When we can't get plays like this, it just disrupts the flow of the offense when you can't connect on these type of plays. Now, 4th down here, and we got the Dallas Cowboys defense running tight man-to-man coverage across the board. And here he's going to throw it to the slant route on the inside, but he throws this into double coverage. And really, Gardner Minshew is very lucky this was not an interception. And it could have very well possibly been a pick 6. Now, when we look back at this play, though, he didn't really have any great options open. And I understand it's 4th down. You got to be aggressive. You got to try to make something happen. But he literally threw it to the worst matchup on the field. And like I said, he was very lucky this was not a turnover going the other way. Play action pass against cover 3 zone, and this time Minshew is going to make the right read and target Trey Tucker down the field on the post route. The safety comes down and bracket Jakobi Meyers once again, but this time Minshew hits Trey Tucker. He throws a good pass to him. Now the pass was slightly underthrown. I would have liked to see Trey Tucker catch this at full speed and not have to slow down, but the ball placement was overall pretty good, and this is really the biggest chunk play of the Raiders offense for the night. Inside the red zone, empty set, and the Cowboys are going to go man coverage, and he has Jakobi Meyers open in an out route, and Minshew's just going to overthrow this once again. You can also see here how he pump fakes before he throws this. I think this definitely contributed to him missing the throw. His footwork isn't the greatest on this one, and just another overthrown pass, another missed opportunity here for Minshew. He's got to do better on these short intermediate routes. But on this next play, Minshew's going to improve on this short intermediate throw. He's able to hit Michael Mayer right in stride for the first down. Good throw. Good play. Play action pass here, and the Cowboys are going to run another cover 3 concept. And I think Minshew misses Christian Wilkerson across the middle here. Minshew, after that, is met with pressure in the backfield, and he's able to avoid the rush. He's able to break the pocket and then tries to throw this ball away, but it gets batted down by the defender. Just another underwhelming play by this Raiders offense. I do like the mobility that Minshew shows here, but he has to rely on his arm first before using his legs. And I thought he definitely had a chance to hit Christian Wilkerson on this one. Now on this rep, this is a nice pitch and catch between Gardner Minshew and Trey Tucker on the out route. Nice ball placement. And I will say Minshew and Trey Tucker have had a nice little connection during the preseason. So hopefully this can continue going into the regular season. Here we got Gardner Minshew stepping back, and we got some pressure off the left-hand side. And here he does a good job stepping up, keeping his eyes down the field, and hits the running back for a short gain. Not a huge play overall, but it does show the mobility and the ability for Gardner Minshew to throw on the move. And this is really where he has a big advantage over Aiden O'Connell. He's a lot more mobile than him. And this is very likely something that they took into consideration by naming Gardner Minshew the starting quarterback. Cover 3 once again, and here we got nothing open down the field, and Andres Pete, the left tackle, gets beat off the edge once again, so Minshew is forced to use his legs to escape the pressure. I like how he keeps his eyes down the field to throw and make something happen with his arm. He even goes back a little bit to give his receiver a little bit more time, trying to see if anybody can get open. He throws this to Michael Mayer, but he was completely covered, and this throw wasn't the greatest either. Overall, I like the intention here from Gardner Minshew, but the execution overall from him and the offense wasn't there on this one. Here the Raiders drop back, and we got Trey Tucker bottom of the screen, matched up in man-to-man on this deep route, and Minshew's going to target him, but there was some type of miscommunication as Gardner Minshew throws this to his outside shoulder, while Trey Tucker looks like he was expecting this pass to be thrown out in front of him. Now, you could also argue that Trey Tucker should have turned his head around a little bit sooner on this one. That would have very likely given him a much better chance to come down with this catch, but just another big missed opportunity for Minshew and this offense. Here we got Minshew dropping back, and the pocket almost immediately begins to collapse and break down. And I like Gardner Minshew's ability here to escape the pressure, and he uses his legs to gain some yards on the scramble. This was a good play because instead of taking the sack, he was able to get us in a third and manageable situation. Inside the red zone, 4th down here once again, and the Raiders are going to get aggressive and go for it. Overall, the Raiders get a great look here with Harrison Bryant on this in-breaking route, but a couple of different things happen here. First, this has got to be a better pass from Gardner Minshew. He overthrows his receiver once again, throws it too high, and it also looks like potentially Harrison Bryant appears to almost trip himself up on the top of this route. But the look was definitely there. You got to give Luke Getsy some credit there. This should have been a converted play, but the lack of execution here from Gardner Minshew forces us to leave empty-handed in the red zone. So overall, Raider Nation, this was definitely a very underwhelming performance from Gardner Minshew. He most definitely struggled in this week's matchup. And if we're being honest, both of our quarterbacks, and Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell, did not look good out there. We weren't ever really able to establish a legitimate rhythm on offense. And when Gardner Minshew was out there, it just really felt like we were never able to establish a legitimate rhythm on the offense, and a big part of that was due to his inaccuracy. He was unable to connect on some simple throws underneath, but he was able to connect with our speedster Trey Tucker once again down the field. He was able to get us in the red zone with that throw, but it resulted in a field goal. So overall, the Raiders offense was very underwhelming to say the least, and Gardner Minshew very well could have had himself an interception. So not a good showing from him out there. Both quarterbacks had a pretty similar stat line for the night, with Gardner Minshew going 10 of 21, throwing the football for 95 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions, while Aiden O'Connell went 14 of 20, 96 yards, 1 touchdown pass, but also 1 interception. And not only just an interception, it was a pick 6, which was brutal for him in such a close quarterback competition. And that was his last rep of the night. So overall, I think the Raiders decided to roll the Gardner Minshew due to his experience as a veteran, his ability to use his legs to evade pressure and throw on the move, and also do not count out the overall leadership aspect that Gardner Minshew brings to the table. Gardner Minshew definitely seems to be the more vocal leader of the two, and it really seems like for Antonio Pierce that's a big thing that he wants to see from his quarterback. You even saw Gardner Minshew led the pregame speech before heading on the field on Saturday, and he had the offense fired up. And that's something that Antonio Pierce has been wanting to see more from Aiden O'Connell, and that's for him to be a vocal leader. And really in a competition battle that's so close, that's neck and neck, more times than not, you're going to lean towards the guy that shows better leadership aspects, that's more vocal. And to me, it definitely seems like Gardner Minshew is more vocal at the quarterback spot. So for all these reasons is why I think they made the decision to go with Gardner Minshew. AP has stated that he wants to get off to a fast start this first month of the season, and they think Gardner Minshew gives them the best chance to win early on in the season. But one thing that is clear to me is by Antonio Pierce specifically coming out and saying this, it just shows that this quarterback competition is still not over at all. I honestly would not be shocked if we saw Aiden O'Connell back on that football field at some point during the regular season. Now, Gardner Minshew is going to have to show us that he can be the leader of this offense and continue to improve week in and week out and ultimately help this team to some victories if he wants to secure this position throughout the entire season. Gardner Minshew initially has won the battle, but we'll see over the long run who is going to be the better of the two quarterbacks. For Minshew, he has to make sure he doesn't give O'Connell a chance to step in and take his job. And ultimately, man, whoever it is, I want the Raiders to have one starting quarterback for the entire regular season, especially considering the fact that they're two different quarterbacks. They're almost polar opposites in their play style. So I don't really want to see our offense having to adjust game plans week in and week out between Minshew and O'Connell. So hopefully Gardner Minshew can go out there, ball out. Hopefully we can see some Minshew magic out there. And hopefully he can make some things happen for this Raiders offense. This offense has a lot of weapons, but we're going to need to do a good job up front establishing the run game and letting Gardner Minshew get the ball into our playmakers' hands for us to really have a shot this year on offense to make some things happen. And for Aiden O'Connell, I think he's going to have to stay prepared. Like I said, this quarterback battle is still not over, as he very well may get a chance to start at some point this season. And if he does, he needs to make the most out of it. But there's no doubt that both these quarterbacks struggled last week, and it definitely is a little bit concerning going into the regular season. So we're going to have to hope Gardner Minshew can clean up certain things before the start of the regular season. And ultimately with me, Gardner Minshew is a little bit more of a gambler. He's going to take some risks, and I'm okay with that, but he's going to have to make more plays than mistakes out there. He will definitely make some mistakes, but if he can combat that with getting big chunk plays down the field and getting touchdowns for us and using his legs to make things happen, then it will be worth it. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think of Gardner Minshew being named the starting quarterback. Are you guys concerned with the quarterback situation moving into the regular season? Let me know in that comment section down below. But with that being said, Raider Nation, that's all for you guys in today's video. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.